phone case and Oppo Care worth $18,999 on us. Plus, get 5 gigs YouTube data for 3 months. Available in-store and online. T's and C's apply. Further together. Vodacom.
It's just after 2 o'clock. This Eyewitness News is brought to you by Checkers, the home of Black Friday, where you can save up to 50% this weekend.
This is EWN.
Good afternoon, I'm Bali Dlamini. Umkhonto Wesizwe Party chairperson Nathi Nhleko says the organisation was not involved in the recruitment of 17 men to fight in the Russia-Ukraine war. Nhleko says the party is working with their families to ensure their safe return. The assurance was given during a press briefing by the party earlier today. During that briefing, it announced that Duduzile Zuma Sambodla has resigned as a member of parliament. Zuma Sambodla has stepped down from the National Assembly amid accusations that she recruited 17 men under false pretenses to fight for Russia in its war against the Ukraine. Nhleko says the decision for Zuma Sambodla to resign follows a meeting of the party's top leadership.
Comrade Duduzile Zuma Sambodla has tendered her resignation from the National Assembly and all public representative responsibilities with immediate effect.
Nhleko has called for the safe return of the 17 men.
Our next step as national officials is to engage the families and explain our position as a party and support them in their efforts for the safe return of these young people.
Gauteng continues to be South Africa's crime hotspot, accounting for over 26% of contact crimes in the country.
.co.za or download the EWN app.
We do apologize for that technical glitch. Gauteng continues to be South Africa's crime hotspot, accounting for over 26% of contact crimes in the country. Acting Police Minister Feroz Kachalia presented the latest crime statistics in Pretoria earlier today. Overall, contact crimes in the second quarter have fallen by 3.1% when compared to the same period last year. Alpha Ramushwana reports.
While Gauteng tops the charts for contact crimes, contributing 26% to the national total, it is followed by the Western Cape at 18% and KwaZulu-Natal at 17%. The Eastern Cape also recorded a significant share of the country's crime at just over 10%. Meanwhile, all other provinces reported figures below double digits, with the Northern Cape contributing the least at only 3%. Acting Police Minister Feroz Kachalia says he's well aware of the scourge of crime in provincial hotspots.
I have said publicly that we now do have an integrated strategy which is well resourced to fight the scourge of gang violence in the Western Cape, Eastern Cape, Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal, where this problem is particularly located.
He adds that the decrease in crime in the second quarter has given him hope that progress is being made. Alpha Ramshwana, Eyewitness News, Pretoria.
The Correctional Services Department says Najwa Peterson still has a few intervention programs she needs to complete before being considered for parole. She was convicted and sentenced in 2009 for organizing a hit on her husband, singer Tilly Peterson, who was shot at their home in Athlone in December 2006. Yesterday, she was denied parole by the Correctional Services Department. Officials say she qualified having served for 16 years of her 28-year prison sentence. Ntutuzelo Nene has more.
Najwa Peterson's recent parole application has hit a snag after it was denied by the parole board. It has recommended that she finishes a few intervention programs within a set time frame before being reconsidered. Correctional Services spokesperson Singabako Ngumalo.
Her parole placement will therefore be reconsidered once the intervention programs have been successfully completed, and that will include all other related requirements.
It's unclear at this stage when she'll be reconsidered for parole. Ndutuzelo Nene, Eyewitness News.
And Sri Lanka has deployed the military for relief and rescue operations. The country has been grappling with severe weather, and conditions worsened yesterday with heavy downpours which flooded homes, fields and roads. 56 people have been killed and another 21 are still missing. Of the 56 that have been confirmed dead, 26 were buried alive in mudslides in the Badula district in the central region. The army has deployed more than 20,000 troops, while the Navy is using boats to evacuate villages and to help to clear the debris. Gold is trading at $4,188.63 an ounce. The rand is at 17.14 to the dollar, 22.66 to the pound, 19.85 to the euro, and Brent crude oil is at $63.65 a barrel.
Well, at this stage, in 4 ways, you can expect heavy delays. This is on Winnie Mandela Drive. Between the N1 and Witkoppen, also traveling through the Alex Calvin area. We still have those roadworks on the N3 southbound between the Patrol Interchange and London Road. And if you are traveling towards Edenvale, leaving the Bedfordview area, expect some delays on the R24 westbound between Edenvale Road and the Kilolese Interchange.
It's a cloudy Friday afternoon in Gauteng with widespread showers expected. Temperatures have peaked at highs of between 20 and 21 degrees. The top story in EWN, Umkhonto weSizwe Party chairperson Nathi Nhleko says the organization was not involved in the recruitment of 17 men to fight in the Russia-Ukraine war.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
Checkers has issued a nationwide Black Friday announcement with savings of up to 50%, from everyday groceries to top tech, appliances, and so much more. The deal making waves countrywide is Jacob's Croning Instant Coffee, 200 grams, any two for 219 Rand. Save 161 Rand. So grab your extra savings card and make the most of these massive savings in store only while stocks last. Checkers, the home of Black Friday.
You're with Relebogile Mabotja
Live, streaming countrywide
on the Prime Media Plus app.
DSTV channel 856,
92.7
and 106 FM.
8 minutes after 2 o'clock, the second and final hour of 7:02 afternoons with me, Relebogile Mabotja. And I'm seeing your WhatsApp messages. One says, Lebo, can those brilliant men please bring the symphony to Pretoria? And another one says, wow, I could not even Shazam. Guys, it's an experience. Yeah, you must go and experience. But the gents did say they are trying to expand and grow bigger. But do get your tickets to attend the Black Hole Symphony. There are 2 shows on Sunday and then, tomorrow. And then that is it for now. And you will stay tuned. Coming up in this hour of the show, I'm so excited. The Upside of Failure, one of my favorite features. We're going to be joined by best-selling author, leading strategy specialist, and global keynote speaker, Mr. Timothy Maurice Webster. And we take your calls on 011 883 0702, SMS us 31702, tweets at Relebogile M, at Radio 702 using the hashtag 702 afternoons, and the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702.
702.
The Upside of Failure.
Proof that a setback can lead to a step forward.
The Upside of Failure on 702 is brought to you by F&B Premier, celebrating 25 years of helping you live the premier life. And joining us in the Upside of Failure, I feel like I can call him my friend, best-selling author. He is a strategist. He is phenomenal. He is a speaker. And he also is behind many books you might not even be aware of, Mr. Timothy Maurice Webster.
What's up? Hey, good to see you, man.
I'm so happy that you could come. Thank you so much for honoring the invite.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure. Is this our first time having a conversation together? Like, we've been on platforms together, but
no
a conversation.
I think, did I not interview you briefly at Metro when I was there?
Possibly. Yeah.
I think we did stuff there. Yes. In my Metro time, we definitely did. But this is the first time where it's just
we all grown up
two.
now.
Yes.
We all grown up.
And it's just us two.
Yes.
How have you been? And And how does it feel? And maybe this is a good place to start the conversation. How does it feel in 2025 being an American living in South Africa, doing as much as what you do in South Africa, observing what's happening in the world?
Somebody told me the other day, they were like, you may be the most sort of public, kind of well-known American in South Africa in a history. And I thought about it and I was like, nah, that's not possible. But you know what it feels like? It feels like a lot of gratitude because there's a lot of beef between Black Americans and South Africans.
Listen,
and I never got caught in those crossfires.
They are in my comments so badly, coming for me for so many things.
Yes, and it's funny. It's fun to take jabs at each other, but I've never got caught in those crossfires. I've been accepted. Yes. And it feels, yesterday is Thanksgiving. I take Thanksgiving as the gratitude day. I know there's complex issues with the history of Thanksgiving, but for me, it's about gratitude. And that's how I feel about being in South Africa so long and working back and forth is that, man, South Africa is just really kind of hugged up on me. It's like love me in a way and through a lot of my mess and, mess like mispronouncing people's names and being patient with me and allowing me to kind of learn. I look back at some of those days like being on Metro and I'm like, I was butchering names. And I cringe when I listen to that stuff now. Like I'm still learning.
Yeah.
But I consider those like days of just like grace, man. Like I don't understand how you were letting me on radio so often messing up people's names. Jesus.
But what I do think from what you've said, right? And what it comes down to, and this is what I have observed. Let's use the G20 as the example. Our president, we're mad at him. There's a lot he's not addressing, he's not doing. So we'll fight with him. But the moment America is like, yes, we're like, what did you say about our cupcake?
Yes.
Because he's ours, right?
Yes.
And I think when it comes down to it, in the same way that when George Floyd died, South Africans came in their masses in support of that there are certain issues that are human issues. Yes, I don't think I was coming for Americans, but they felt I was coming for them where I was like, I didn't know you guys make your tea that way, right? And
you were coming for us a little bit. Don't lie.
But it's funny, it's like, because the way the tea is made in America from the one video I saw was the woman took tap water, she put it in the microwave till it was lukewarm, so it didn't even boil.
Yeah.
Then she poured milk and then she used those 1,000 sprinkles as sugar. And it was a lot of it. And then she put the tea bag in and it looked like dirty dishwashing water, right? But it was hilarious. But what I love about all of this is, in as much as we beef, the same as with Nigeria, the same as with Ghana, when it comes to crunch time, we stand together.
Yeah.
We really, really
do. The diaspora is a thing. It is a thing. And more, there are like 1.2 billion people in the diaspora who consider themselves Black African, right?
Yeah.
And that 1.2 billion, we got a lot in common. And I'm telling you, the more I study, the more I listen and I watch, I'm like, guys, we got way more in common than we do different. That's why the whole Tyler situation has stressed me out, because I'm like, guys, we got too much in common. Like,
And not just that, we have bigger battles to fight. It's what I feel like. Like, can we deal with racism and the fact that people can't, we still have a hunger issue worldwide.
Yeah.
Can we deal with the fact that there are wars all over the world? Yes. But before we get too deep into all of those things, for anybody who doesn't know sort of your journey into the work that you do, like, how did you get into that space and how did you find yourself coming to the motherland?
Yeah, that's funny.
Because that's the motherland. Everyone, are you Zulu? When Oprah said, I thought I was Zulu.
It's funny. So I do psychological strategy.
Yes.
Like I'm interested in the brain. If I want to position 702 in the minds of other people, what are the psychological implications? If I want to work with the leader of an organization, a bank calls me and I'll work with their team on how to get into people's minds, hack their minds, growth mindset, shifting mindsets, all of this type of stuff. But from a strategy perspective, not just from a psychological perspective. So that's my work. And I was dating a South African in the States who was studying in the States. She hated America. So when she graduated, she said, I'm going home. Bye.
Wow. And then you
And
followed her.
No,
Yeah.
no. I was like, bye. True story. And then after a year, I was
You're
like,
so wrong for that. You're
yeah, I'm
supposed
like,
to-
good luck in Africa.
I thought you were gonna put her Coming to America where she shows up at the end in
Yeah.
Africa.
Yeah,
like,
no.
yes, I was gonna chase after you.
Dude, I was doing well in New York. I'm
Yes.
like, bye, good luck.
Yes.
And then she was always a big believer of my work. And so she
Yes.
said, why don't you come to South Africa and, consider it. And, at the end of the day, I came to visit a couple times and was just blown away.
Yeah.
And I had this moment. It's funny because I don't even know if my family knows this story. On my second trip here, I was taken to Mpumalanga whitewater rafting.
Yes.
And I'm one of those old school blacks who can't swim. You gotta
Oh my gosh.
no. I'm old school. Like I'm honest about my old schoolness. Like there's because the new school blacks all can swim.
Yes.
I'm blown away. Like everybody can swim. I'm like, guys,
Yes.
where do you learn to swim?
Guys, if you go to a black pool party, nobody's in the water from
Yeah.
a certain generation.
Yes, from a
up.
certain
Yes.
generation. I'm one of
Yes.
the ones. I'm chilling on the side.
Yes. Yes.
So we go whitewater rafting, and there was no one in our crew. There was 7 of us. None of us could swim. There was this like Afrikaans oak. Like he looked like he was like they pulled him like an Afrikaans guy out of Baywatch.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
you know that guy. They pulled this Afrikaans guy out of Baywatch, and he was our guide. 7 black people. None of us can swim. We took a break halfway through this whitewater rafting experience, and he's like, dude, you guys can go on the rapids, down the rapids on your back. It'll be a fun exercise.
Yes.
All of us looked at him like, are you crazy? None of us can swim.
Yes.
But I was like, you know what? I'm in Africa. I'm not sure I'll be back for a long time. So
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
Might as well.
May as well. So I go down the rapids on my back. Dude, I just remember being woken up. Water was being pumped out of me.
What? Oh my gosh, you nearly died.
I think I died and I came back to life, right? So I saw 7 black people looking down at me, and I was like, guys, I'm fine. Just get me to a phone.
Mm.
I need to phone home. I think my grandfather died while I was underwater.
What?
And I we go back to cell phone reception because we were so far in the bush in the river. And he died while I was underneath. So I cut my trip short, flew home, and next to his gravesite, I was like, I want to take your legacy globally because we were that close. And that's what really started. People think I came here for a moment. No, it was much deeper. It was much deeper. And it's the best thing that's ever happened to me because the world opened up to me by coming here.
I'm getting goosebumps with your story, but we need to go to a break. So I'm going to pick up on that because
Okay.
I don't believe in coincidence. Everything just comes together so beautifully. Yeah, we're going to take a break.
As an FSCA regulated broker, Prime XBT gives you the confidence to trade market volatility your way. Enjoy low trading fees, advanced tools across crypto futures and CFDs, and VIP discounts of up to 70% available to new traders. Take advantage of free deposits and withdrawals with crypto options and local South African payment methods. Prime XBT, empowering traders to succeed. Trade responsibly. Trading comes with risk.
South African Airways Black Friday deals have landed. For a limited time only, get up to 35% off SAA flights. Whether you're planning a quick break to Mauritius, visiting loved ones in Perth, Australia, or booking your next big adventure in Brazil, Sao Paulo, this is your moment. The SAA Black Friday deal is available until the 30th of November. Book now at flysaa.com or contact your nearest travel agent. South African Airways, taking you further for less this Black Friday.
Your ABSA Visa card is rubbing its hands and getting ready for this Black Friday. That blender that gets your smoothie right can be yours. Your favorite sneakers, yours. That 65-inch TV, say less. You could get up to 100% real cash back depending on your rewards tier on Black Friday and Cyber Monday when you pay with your digital wallet or shop online using your ABSA Visa card at selected rewards partners. Valid 24 November to 1 December. Your story matters. ABSA. T's and C's apply. ABSA is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
Do you suffer from heartburn and hyperacidity? To relieve heartburn for the whole day and night with one tablet, A potent once-a-day treatment, which was previously prescription only, is now available over the counter. Ask your pharmacist for an over-the-counter, long-lasting heartburn treatment. Brought to you by Sandoz.
702 was in conversation with Momentum on The Money Show with Stephen Grottis, discussing the power of focus and the science of success.
I think it's a test that most people would benefit from because, when I did the test, I kind of knew how, my relationship with money, but also it clearly stated that I wasn't scared of taking risks and making moves in business. But at the same time, I also had a real fear of kind of, I guess, running out of money or not being able to support my family, and that in the back of my head, whenever I do something, I guess the older you get, the less you're inclined to take risks, and I guess at the end of the day, what I learned from the test is, yes, I am a risk taker, but I'm also conservative, and it's more calculated risks than just wild risks.
Visit momentum.co.za for more info. Momentum, your journey to success. Momentum is an authorized financial services and registered credit provider.
This is the Upside of Failure on 702 Afternoons with Relebogile. Brought to you by FNB Premier, celebrating 25 years of helping you live the premier life.
22 minutes after 2 o'clock, we continue with the Upside of Failure with Timothy Maurice Webster, best-selling author, strategist, specialist, and global keynote speaker, who has been really sharing with us how he found himself building or coming to South Africa to build a life. 011 8830702 and the WhatsApp line 0727021702. I was trying to figure out when we had to rush to the ad break if that knowing that you had when that your grandfather was gone was a out-of-body experience, a near-death experience, or was it just a knowing?
Remember, I'm underneath the water dying in a rapid water experience.
And you can't swim.
And I can't swim, right? So I'm in these rapids, and as I'm dying, I feel him passing. And I think I needed that because we were that close. That if I had been fully conscious, it would have been too hard for me.
Yo. So it almost softened the
psychological
blow and everything.
Yeah.
So what year was this where you're like, okay, there's something more, I need to come back here? What year was that?
So it's been almost 20 years now.
Wow.
I know. And so I've been traveling back and forth. I've taken the trip between the U.S. and South Africa. This last one in September was my 77th time. I've been up and down, like they say here, a lot. And it's been the greatest privilege of my life. I think I have been radically changed from the inside out, learning languages, understanding. I went through like this ceremony in Swaziland where I had to go to a river with, I went through a whole initiation thing where I had to go to a river with a bucket on my head as one of the first things that I had to do in part of an initiation to a particular regiment. And at the time, I don't know about now, but I had been the only American that had gone through that. There were 19 guys initiating me. And one of the guys, he just looked off. He looked at me like he was just like, you know that thing where people are just like, this guy's not serious.
Yes, yes.
Who is this random American? He wasn't convinced. And he had the right to dismiss me because I was messing up words. I wasn't getting the cultural nuances right. And I stopped. I'm sitting in the middle of the crawl. 19 guys are sitting around me, initiating me. And the guy who I saw in his energy wasn't taking me seriously. I stopped everything and I said, guys, I'm going to learn. I'm going to get this. I'm going to learn slowly but surely. Just be patient with me. And I saw his energy shift. And then he whispered something to the other guy, and then they started talking. And then that's when they gave me my name.
Tell us the name.
Gagnani.
Biki, basically.
Yes, little by little. But the lesson is so simple. When he wrote me off as not serious, I needed to step in and say, yes, you're right, I'm not, but I'm trying. And when I did that, he changed everything about how he saw me. And that's when I was labeled the guy who's trying little by little.
Wow.
It's been so much about how I live my life here. I've stepped into it and said, you're right. to look at me like a bumbling idiot. Because that's what I am.
So how, in terms of all the travels that you've done, I mean, you have worked with world leaders, global leaders, political figures, and you have observed human beings from so many different angles. You've also gone through the process of helping people write their books or writing their books. What would you share is one of the biggest lessons that you've learned about yourself doing that type of work specifically? Because I don't imagine that you come out of these intense 2 week or 4 weeks or whatever, not being a little bit of a different person.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. So I went with one of the former CEOs of Escom to New York to try to tell his story once he got fired. And part of our goal was to talk about how does he reinvent himself. It was embarrassing for him. It's crushed his legacy. He's a genuine, serious engineer. And the media had written him off as just another black, just appointee. Imagine how painful that is. Everybody can relate to that moment, right? Yeah. Everybody can relate to, I see myself here, but the world sees me here. And people are just labeling him useless and so forth. And we were sitting in the middle of Central Park, middle of New York, and I realized that my greatest strength for him was holding space, was the ability to listen. And I realized that that skill came because growing up, there were times when I grew up, we didn't have food. And, you know, my parents, we went through a particular period in my life where both my parents had kind of lost their jobs. And, you know, Trump would always be like, China is taking the jobs. Yes. China. That was real. It hit my family. And there were times when I had to sit and just be quiet and listen because we didn't have stuff. We didn't have I didn't have fancy toys or things to play with, so I had to listen. And that skill has paid off big time. I think it's my greatest strength is listening to somewhere between the intersection of a person's rhythm, what they're not saying, and what they're saying that's a mask for something else they're saying. And I think I've been able to cultivate that strength precisely because of what I went through as a kid. There's so many beautiful things that have come through. I'm the number one 3-point shooter in South Africa, basketball. My friends, if there's any of my friends listening, they will tell you, I'm scary good at shooting basketball.
Yeah.
And it came because during those times we didn't have food, I would go to courts, basketball courts, and just bet people and take their money to bring food home. And bring food home. And so people will tell you it's scary. If you go to my Instagram, Insta Timothy on Instagram, you scroll down enough, you find basketball clips where I'm shooting shots that are not supposed to go in. And these are things that have all come from this kind of crazy life. And so it's actually kind of funny because the older I get, the more I'm really cherishing all of that stuff that I went through, you know?
And I'm glad you are saying that because what I love about this feature in particular is that a lot of our observations are hindsight, right? But outside of the observations part is understanding the bigger picture of why those things happen for you.
Yes, for you.
You know what I mean? And not just to you. Yes. And how the trajectory of your life would have been completely different had it not happened the specific way that it did. We need to go to the news, but when we come back, we continue on the upside of failure. 011 883 0702, the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702.
To celebrate 25 years of helping you live the Premier life, FNB Premier is giving you a chance to win a 14-day European tour experience and other cool monthly prizes. Open any FNB Premier account from September to 31 December 2025. Switch your salary, swipe or tap a minimum of 2,000 Rand per month for 3 months straight. Spend and win with FNB Premier. FNB, help changes everything. TCs and competition rules apply. FNB, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized financial services and credit provider.
It's 2:30, time for your latest Eyewitness News headlines. Good afternoon.
Thanks, Relebogile. Good afternoon. EFF leader Julius Malema has taken a swipe at the Constitutional Court over delays in delivering judgment in the party's challenge over President Cyril Ramaphosa's Phala scandal. During a march to the court in Braamfontein today, Malema accused the Apex Court of dragging its feet. Last year, the EFF approached the court after Parliament dismissed a report which found Ramaphosa may have breached his oath of office. The Madlanga Commission has heard how the instruction for the disbandment of the Political Killings Task Team created a rift among senior officers at the SAPS headquarters in Pretoria. Acting Deputy National Police Commissioner for Crime Detection, Hilda Sintumule, detailed how her relationship with her boss, Shadrack Sibiya, was strained due to those tensions. And Sri Lanka has deployed the military for relief and rescue operations. The country has been grappling with severe weather and conditions worsened yesterday with heavy downpours which flooded homes, fields and roads. 56 people have been killed and another 21 others are still missing. Those are the headlines. This EWN and more at 3 or as it happens.
EWN Traffic.
Well, at this stage, if you're heading into the Joburg CBD in the Amalgam area, you can expect about an hour delay on Main Reef Road between Nasrec and the M2. Also, bumper-to-bumper traffic due to roadworks. That's in the Calvin Alex area on the N3 southbound between the Between Interchange and London Road. If you're in the Fourways area, expect some delays. That's on Winnie Mandela Drive between Witkoppen and the N1. Also, in Sharon Lee, slow-moving traffic on this is on Malibongwe Drive between Witkoppen and the N1. Look out for those faulty traffic lights in Bramley at Collet and Scott. If you come across any other traffic issues, please WhatsApp us on 072 702 1702.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
There's a new way to experience all your favorites. Pulse Africa, the 24/7 fast channel, now live on PrimeMediaPlus.com and the Prime Media Plus app, bringing you the best of Prime Media around the clock. Watch the biggest moments from 7:02. It's non-stop entertainment and authentic African storytelling, all from Africa's leading media network. Pulse Africa, only on the PrimeMediaPlus.com and Prime Media Plus app.
Let's count backward. 5. Insurance. 4. Pineapple. 3. Insurance. 2. Pineapple. 1. You're under. Pineapple FSP 48650 is underwritten by Omart Insure Limited, a licensed non-life insurer and authorized FSP.
Hollywood Bets invites you to take the lead. The sizzling summer competition is giving you a chance to bask in horse racing glory and blaze into red-hot rewards. Bet 50 Rand or more on horse racing online or at your nearest branch and you could win a share of 1 million Rand in prizes. Enjoy a star-studded lineup of equestrian events this summer and settle up for a season of success. Bet now. T's and C's apply. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counseling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp HELP to 076 675 0710.
Dad, can you pass me the thing?
The thing? Which thing? The one on the desk or the one in the car?
No, the thing. The small one. The thingamabob.
Ah, the thingamajig.
Yes, that's it.
Stop speaking in thingy. At Redford House Schools, we teach clarity, precision, and the confidence to own your voice. Shape your future best self. Search Redford House Schools online. An inspired school.
Standard Bank and 702 have joined forces to bring you China Unlocked.
As much as we love our wine in South Africa, it is relatively unknown in the Chinese market. A show like Pro Wine Shanghai gives us the opportunity to educate more of the Chinese market around South African wines and elevate the knowledge around South African wines and grow our exports of wines. And this year, for the first time, as you had mentioned, we took part in Food and Hospitality China. This is more tailored for the finished products or agro-processed products such as rooibos and also other products that you can source directly from South Africa.
Don't miss China Unlocked on 702 Drive with John Perlman. Tuesdays on 702. Brought to you by Standard Bank Business and Commercial, an authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
Coming up
on 702 Drive with John Perlman.
702 Drive is coming up from 3 to 6 p.m. with John Perlman. Happy Friday, John. We made it to the end of the week. Are you okay?
I'm fine, but I don't know what. It's not the end of the week for me. You're 3 hours ahead of me.
I am always.
I'm not going to go.
It's so funny
because it's premature.
It's so funny in this building how you bump into people that their day is over as yours is just starting. What's coming up on your show today?
So coming up on the show, and good afternoon to everybody. I'm just looking up at the breaking news now. One of the MK party members on the ad hoc committee looking into police corruption, Vusi Shongwe, it's just been revealed by the party that he was kidnapped and threatened. So this is extremely serious. I'm just hearing about it now, but obviously we've got to look into it. We'll let people know what we hear and who we're going to have on the show to talk about that. East London Airport running out of fuel. They've got a day's worth of fuel, and I think there were problems at Lanseria early in the week. This is never good news. It's not good news as we await the December rush. I know this stuff's happened before. We're going to talk about it with the fuels industry rather than the airports company, because they obviously have got a big stake in this and they would have some insight as to why fuel might run out. Friday, we have some regulars. Randall Abrams with Randall's One Song. That's on at 10 to 5. And in our weekly feature, A Song, a Book, and a Dish, we're going to talk to the coach of the Women's Proteas team. They did brilliantly, reached the final of the Women's World Cup, loss to India in a very competitive game. Mandla Mashimbi is with us at 5:45.
Oh, I will so be tuning into that one. He must have some kind of secret sauce, John, to be able to pull off what he did.
No, I don't think any sporting success is based on secret sauce. If you think there's like one thing which you just add.
No, the sauce remembers a multitude of things.
It's grind. Oh, I see. So it's
Yes.
Okay. But
Yes.
then it would be a secret, yeah. No. You know, Roger Federer gave a graduation speech, and he said one of the things he disliked most was the commentators who said that he played tennis in a way that made it look easy. And he wasn't insulted, but he was making a point. This is never easy.
Yep.
You know?
Definitely is not.
And I'm sure musicians would say the same thing. Actors probably would too.
702 Drive with John Perlman. It's going to be a good show. Make sure you tune in from 3 to 6 p.m.
702.
The upside of failure.
Proof that a setback can lead to a step forward.
The upside of failure, 22 minutes to 3 o'clock. We continue with Timothy Maurice, Webster, best-selling author, leading strategy specialist, and global keynote speaker. 011-883-0702 in the WhatsApp line, 072-702-1702 for any of your comments and your questions. Timothy, there's a wonderful message that's come through that I want to read to you, which says, Timothy Maurice Webster, thank you for sharing your beautiful story. We are all human and brothers and sisters, learning from life experiences. We must do our best and achieve excellence. Best wishes from Dr. Philemon Mahuma in Midstream. Another one says, very interesting story about your guest's granddad. I wonder what his granddad's spirituality level and relationship was to him. I feel like he, your grandfather, traded his life for Timothy's life. Do you think that's possible?
I do think my grandfather was a hard worker. He built this farm that we grew up on. And you know, when you give your all in life, it was almost like he had given it all and he wanted he was ready to transition.
Mm.
You know, and I don't. I have a lot of cousins. All of us seem to have shifted right around that time.
Mm.
So I think he gave a lot of us that transitional spiritual boost to go forward.
Mm. And I mean, of course, it inspired you to take your mission global and not keep it to in New York.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Like literally.
Because you would have just been concrete jungle.
I literally worked 14 African countries, all over Asia, all over Europe, and it was through South Africa, though. I think if I had stayed in the U.S., I would just be another random American. I think what coming here did was open up, and I think people underestimate that about South Africa. South Africa is by default, a lot of global powerhouses are based here because Africa Middle East offices are either in Dubai or usually in South Africa.
Yes.
It's a center part of the world that's kind of opened up to the world. It's crazy. It's unbelievable how much diversity I've experienced because of South Africa.
And also, I mean, it has become the hub where everybody is pretty much welcome. And I don't want to get into the parts of porous borders and that part of the conversation. But what I mean is there are so many people. You could be Italian and find a community of Italian people. You can be Serbian having run away from the war in Yugoslavia.
How many Mexicans do you know live in South Africa?
Mexicans?
Yes.
Maybe, I don't know, actually.
So I played paddle with a Mexican. He was saying the
What?
same thing.
Really?
Dude, there are random Mexicans here. Like, how crazy is that, right?
Every
His name is Sebastian. Sebastian is just like my dope Mexican friend. He's like...
Anybody and everybody. You can find one person from every country
That's
in
what I love
South
about
Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's what makes South Africa as beautiful as what it is. I want to, before I delve into your childhood, let me quickly take Twigs from Pretoria. Hi, Twigs. Oh, okay. We're going to try and get Twigs. Twigs, hang tight for me, and then we will take your call shortly. Timothy, let me know when you were a kid growing up, right? And your world was what that experience was. What did you believe failure meant beyond a bad report card? Like, what was your understanding of failure? And what was the attitude towards it in the home you were growing up in?
You know what's funny? I remember I had extremes in my family. Like, I had an uncle that went to prison, and I had an uncle that was a mega church pastor, and I had an uncle that's a federal judge.
You know, all three could be the same person as well. Yeah. In today's day, they could all be the same person.
So, for me, failure was just not giving your absolute, like, most authentic self to something. It was the idea that you did not, because we grew up with this extraordinary belief that your destiny had been called out before you were born. Like, God knew who you were before you were born. And it was clear. So I never defined myself by them, but I watched my family and I watched people around me pursue their goals and dreams as though it was written. And you know, to let yourself down. I think the thing about my uncle that ended up in prison was he was a genius artist. And it was like his failure was that, why aren't you taking this seriously? You're a genius. And it was that thing of like, why am I not, if I'm not getting the best grades, why am I not getting the best grades? What is it? And that was that kind of framing for me growing up.
Do you think our system, and I'm talking the whole world, is built for every kind of child? Because you speak about your uncle, and I'm thinking about that generation past. People would say to me, but Relebogile, who's the musical person in your family? I'm like, I have no idea. And it dawned on me how our ancestors and those that came before us were sitting with gifts. They just did not have the privilege to explore. I only was able to explore mine because my dad was like, cool, you're going to go to that private school and it's 1990. And you get exposed to things that, you know, so even with what you are saying, it just made me wonder if the world is yet built for our children and the next generations to be the best versions of themselves.
No, not even close. This is a rare luxury. I was on one of those 77 flights to the States, and I was sitting next to a guy from Angola. And
wait, when you say 77, you talk about the 77 flights as in it's your what? Yes. Okay. I thought you were referring to when you were riding with the refugees to America.
No. I was sitting next to this guy from Angola, and I told him what I do. He just started laughing. He's like, bro, do you understand how much of a luxury that work is?
Wow.
He's like, dude, in our country, like you got to get the essentials. We still building and working on the essentials. And that's the case in most societies. I'll never forget, I built my career as a columnist. I was in Woolworths once. The thing I miss about those years of being a columnist is that people saw you every week, saw your face on a newspaper, and they saw you as a brother or a sibling. And this woman went off on me. I wrote a piece about exploring and pursuing your passions. And she's like, stop writing this ish. My daughter has bought into it, and we need her to get a serious job and not just follow her passion.
Aww.
She went off on me. She told me this to my face and walked away. I will never forget it as long as I live. It's changed, at that moment, changed everything about how I think about motivational speakers. It changed everything about how I think about the kind of generic motivational language we use to hype people up. That's why I've gotten so serious about my work. It was like those moments where people look at me and go, dude, it's not cool to just tell people to go out on this journey and they haven't thought it through deeply just because you feel something. Just because you wake up and feel an inclination. No, there are serious consequences to your decisions. And there are people's lives at stake. There are cousins, there's parents who suffered for you to be where you are. And you want to write it off and just go and do something because you think it's cute? No. There are high stakes. And she looked at me and walked off.
And I bet that's a perspective you had never considered. And remind me to share something with you. I want to quickly take this caller. Twigs from Pretoria. Hi. Hi, Twigs.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. And you, Twigs?
Good. I just wanted to say hi to Timothy, brother Timothy, who I've known for more than 20 years. When
Twigs.
I used to work for a state. Yes, I still have your 3 suits that you designed for me.
From the post office?
Yeah?
Did you work for the post office?
Man, I didn't want to say that, Timothy. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
How are you, Baba?
Good, how are you, my brother? I've really been inspired following you. And you as an advisor, your columns and so on. And I just say, keep on keeping on, my brother. Keep on keeping on.
Thank you so much, Twigs. It's so good to hear your voice, my brother. I hope you're good.
20 years.
Yeah, I told you. When I first came, when I first came to South Africa, I used my creative, that ability to create and design clothes to meet people. It was very strategic. I knew that I needed to meet people quickly when I came here. And no one said no to clothes. Black people, we like clothes, guys.
We really do. We need to take another break. When we come back, we continue with the upside of failure.
Mzansi, get ready to pan the Pusha Play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 65 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Friday. That's right. Play Powerball for an estimated 57 million rand and Powerball Plus for an estimated 8 million rand today. Buy your tickets now in store on nationallottery.co.za, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *7529# for USSD. Panda Pusha Play. Players must be 18 years old or play responsibly. eTuba is a proud operator of the National Lottery.
Whether it is a CCMA referral, problems with a mechanic, unfair blacklisting, or an uncontested divorce, Clientele Legal offers professional legal services to all South Africans. Our plans are affordable, and you receive up to 745,000 rand worth of legal services per year. We cover civil, criminal, and labor-related matters. Our nationwide legal teams are standing by to support you 24 hours a day. Plus, all plans include a 5,000 rand bail benefit. Join today. SMS LEGAL to 48721. That's legal to 48721. Clientele General is an authorized FSP and licensed non-life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
Hey, Chummy. Sorry I missed your call. I just got back from Dis-Chem where I was doing my Christmas shopping, spoiling the fam, when I spot these signs about better rewards. Turns out you can unlock special promo prices just by being a member. So obvious, I'm in. Long story short, I loaded my trolley with all the gifts and goodies and headed to the till. My slip, it just kept going and going. And my savings, I could literally see the difference. It's true. My till slip never looked better. You should better reward yourself too, hey? Okay, friend, bye.
Weekday evenings at 6.
The CEO at Celsius, Georges Mendes. Georges, congratulations on the listing. How do you feel about the valuation? I imagine, like any CEO, you might have wanted it to be a bit higher?
Yes, certainly. But given all the debt-to-equity conversion instruments and we created a pro forma, so a consolidated view of the assets we've taken, it made it a little bit tricky for investors to say, well, perhaps we haven't got enough of a track record in the new format for the valuation to be higher. But we're okay with it.
The Money Show
on 702. Let's walk the talk.
The Money Show with Stephen Curtis is brought to you by Absa CIB. Invested in your story and inviting you to write it with them. Absa is an authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
702.
The upside of failure.
Proof that a setback can lead to a step forward.
9 minutes to 3 o'clock. My goodness, this conversation has moved on so quickly. Timothy Maurice West.
What just happened?
I
just sat down.
011-838-30702. The WhatsApp line 0727021702. Now that you are your grown age, doing the interesting work that you still continue to do. I mean, you've been a magazine editor. You've been so many things, played so many roles, and explored so many different skills of yourself. How do you look at failure now at this age? What for you is failure? And I mean, I want to also figure out if part of that picture would change drastically becoming a dad. Because for me, my picture of failure changed when I became a mother, of course. Okay. Like now I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody's watching me, he's mimicking me. You don't just do stuff now.
It's not paying attention. And the attention economy is aggressive and it's feisty. And people are after your attention. Algorithms have been designed with the highest level of psychological sophistication. To a point, it is dangerous. The technology used to grab our attention is dangerously affecting us. Mental health, from a mental health perspective, from a alteration of your connectome, the brain's kind of connective structures are being altered physically. And the courage to be able to pay attention, even in this interview, to look across at you and physically be present is almost miraculous now. And I can tell you, very few people you're going to come across will be able to pay attention. Will be able to invest attention. Will be able to lock in and see you. It's going to become increasingly more rare. We have been hacked mentally to such an extent that it's almost damn impossible. And I see failure as not being able to lock into the rhythm, the moments, the ability to hear my heart beat in a particular way in a circumstance. And I don't think that would change much if I had a kid. I think having a dog, I hated dogs. And I had an ex who just basically said, you travel too much, so I'm getting a dog. And I was like, no. And I came home one day, she had a dog. And then she had to travel 2 days after getting this dog, and I was stuck with the dog that I never wanted. And the dog almost died. And we had to take it to a 24-hour vet. This just sounds like some white people stuff. But because first of all, I didn't even know there was such thing as a 24-hour vet.
Until
I had this dog, and I was stuck with this dog 2 days, never had a dog, grown man in my 40s, never had a dog. I go to this 24-hour vet, and I watched this dog fight, and I was forced to pay attention. And the veterinarian brought me in and said, I'm not sure he's going to make it. And as I'm locked in, paying attention, phone is not on, because there's nobody up at that time in the morning. It was like middle of the morning. I just remember going, whether it's a dog or a human fighting for their life, like those are the moments where that you are the most human and locked in. And I've seen this with my cousins, my friends, my family. I'm like, you know what? We are all one breath away of being gone. And I am increasingly more convinced that I'm going to fight technology's goal of taking all my attention for consumerism. You don't deserve it.
And I think we are going back. We are seeing it where people are finding ways to say, fine, I'll do the work, but I'm going to be in nature. I think people are going back to that. People are trying to find ways to be farming for themselves. But the thing I wanted to share with you earlier was this gentleman was speaking about how new technology is designed by people with privilege for the things. So you find technology that's made for the user and technology that's made for the creator. And he used the example of virtual glasses that Meta wanted you to be able to look at a building and it tells you all the information. It's like that maybe only makes sense if you're going to be coming from LA, going to San Francisco, and you want to look around. But even then, you can pick up your phone and, check what the building is about. And then he says the test for today should be, can you go and pitch that product in a third world country which is poverty ridden? So why would that matter? Why would virtual reality glasses matter to somebody who can't put food on the table?
Yeah.
And the future needs to be creating solutions, tech solutions that fix the world. So in one final sentence, what do you think is going to fix the world?
I love that. Like you went off on this tangent.
Yes. And we come back. What is going to fix the world?
I think that the more we evolve as human beings, the more we are getting back to exactly what you just said about getting back to our core of connection. I feel if we are able to create more spaces where we are able to pay attention, I want to go do a PhD in attention. Imagine, I really feel, and this is my closing. How much time do I have? 30 seconds.
You have 2 seconds now.
Okay. Thank you so much. Have me back. I can tell you a conversation.
You know what you're going to come back for?
Yeah.
We'll do a masterclass on attention.
Yeah.
And what you were speaking about.
Okay.
I love you. I adore
you too.
I love your work. Like, mwah.
The G20 Summit is a stepping stone towards a brighter future for the city. Josie My Josie has launched the Babize Bonke campaign to shine a spotlight on some of the extraordinary champions who are reshaping Johannesburg from the ground up.
My name is Osmic Manwe from Back to the City Hip Hop Festival, the South African Hip Hop Awards, the building of the South African Hip Hop Museum. I believe hip hop creates hope and inspires dreams in Johannesburg and the different lives it has changed. I think it is testament that it is a tool to garner and force change here in Africa.
Josie My Josie is making the invisible visible, giving the voiceless a voice. It's a movement for the people, by the people, creating a city that we can proudly call Josie My Josie. Come see how Josie does it. A city that's alive, ready, and rising. Prime Media and 702 are proud sponsors of Josie My Josie.
Josie My Josie Babize Bonke champion Osmic Menwe will be interviewed on Weekend Breakfast by Gugs Mhlungu at 8 a.m. on Sunday.
It's amazing what help can do. Help can take you from smart money moves to smart gadgets and household must-haves. With an FNB Premier Credit or Fusion card, get up to 40% back in e-bucks on devices and appliances. Open any FNB Premier account today, celebrating 25 years of helping you live the Premier life. FNB, help changes everything. TC's earn rules apply while stocks last. FNB, a division of First Rand Bank Limited, an authorized financial services and credit provider.
South African Airways Black Friday deals have landed. For a limited time only, get up to 35% off SAA flights. Whether you're planning a quick break to Mauritius, visiting loved ones in Perth, Australia, or booking your next big adventure in Brazil, Sao Paulo, this is your moment. The SAA Black Friday deal is available until the 30th of November. Book now at flysaa.com or contact your nearest travel agent. South African Airways, taking you further for less this Black Friday.
Zinzi, the Gen Z. Word on the street is you sold your car.
Yes, and I needed a glow up. Hashtag no hustle, no hassle.
So wait. The influencer got influenced by We Buy Cars.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And they came to me. They checked the car, they gave me an offer. Oh, and they paid me immediately. Easier than an Insta Live, without the weird DMs at 2 a.m.
I didn't understand half of the things you just said, but hey, We Buy Cars. Geared for the glow up, geared for you.
Have a beautiful weekend, folks. Stay safe. It's